So this is an early build, it's a pre-alpha. We put all these systems together where so all these systems are together so that you guys can really understand what we're aiming at doing. It's I don't know what's going on. All right. So the goal of this particular mission is to go from the underground bunker underneath Washington Park. Je sais pas, j'ai pas entendu rien. Anyway, sorry. So the goal is to go from the underground bunker up to the server room where Sam has to erase all information pertaining is ever being there. So we're gonna start here. This is the new Sam Fisher with the beard, with the attitude, and he can still hide under desk. He can still do these little, hiding stuff. You can still take someone and take care of him quite easily. That's all still in the game. All these things you can still do. We've put in place a whole new fighting system where, wow, as you can see, it is an early build. So I'm just gonna whack around. So you can pick up anything in the map. You can throw anything everywhere. Throw it at some guards. Put them on the ground. Got a whole new way to play. So you can pick up anything. You can, if you throw stuff at like these cones over there, they're gonna move, they're gonna break. So the whole system is all dynamic. You can really use anything in the environment to really improvise and really use everything around you, right? Okay. So as you can see, Sam can still kick ass. He can still do all these different things that made him like the super spy that he was, right? But now he can't just go around and smack people around. And his missions aren't about going into underground bunkers and light and dark shadows. And right now he's in daylight in a Washington Park, and what he has to do is he has to use his environment to be able to achieve his goals. So here's Washington Park. and there's a lot of guards in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and take care of him. This guard over here, he's got a certain patrol area. I'm gonna try and get his attention. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring him over. Come here. Come here, little guard. So as you can see, the detection meter here tells me that the guard has spotted me, and he's gonna follow me until either I take care of him or he doesn't see me for a long period of time. So I'm bringing him somewhere where no one can see us, and I'm just gonna throw him on the ground right there, and I've taken care of him. It's just one of the way. If I want to take care of a guard like that, I have to take him out of public sight. Otherwise, all his friends are gonna come, and it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna show that a little further on in the. No, it was a good question. It's that's the whole idea of the thing. So, if you wanna, if you can just bring you can just bring someone to you to take care of them. That's one thing. But in some cases, like this guard over there, which you're gonna see, well, this guy's not moving, so I can't just bring him to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and create a diversion to make him go to this new place and forget about me and forget that I was even there. So here's this tourist guide. She's talking to all these people about how Washington Park is beautiful and so on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal something from her. And we've got an ownership system where she knows that something's been stolen from her, and she's going to react to it, and everyone's going to react, and it's going to create a commotion over there. And oh, as you can see, the guard is already coming. So I'm breaking his stuff. He's checking out what's going on, so I can just go past him like that, and the guard is behind me. You mean the guards? Oh, the tourists, they're just kind of panicking, and Sam has this ability that he can just go by and go unnoticed. He's like this guy with this hoodie that just, doesn't get noticed that much. So he took the thing, he dropped it, and like everyone was like, what's going on? And now he's just passed it. So next step is going to be to go unnoticed in this little area. So I'm going to use the crowd, a new blend-in crowd system where we're following the civilians, and they're noticing me if I stay hooked on them for too long. So I can join in their discussions here, and I can hear what they're saying about last night's game or whatever. And if I stay there for too long, they're gonna spot me. So I gotta go on to the next one. So I can just kind of sail from people to people, a bit like a Frogger gameplay or something, where everyone is a safe zone, and whenever I mimic whatever they're doing, I'm safe. I'm basically stealthy. I'm hidden from people, basically. So it's not about light and dark anymore. It's really about being able to go into a certain place where I'm not gonna be noticed. So it's all about going unnoticed. So here we are at the latest junction of this particular mission, where Sam has to go through that door over there. But there's a guard patrolling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a panic. I'm gonna create chaos, so everyone goes crazy, and the guards could just go over there and see what's going on. So I'm gonna pull out my gun and I'm gonna shoot this propane tank. So as you can see, the guard just went over there. Everyone's going over there. So I can just go past them without a problem and go into the server room unnoticed. Everyone's panicking. So that's it. That's basically the idea. The idea is to have a certain mission and to have a certain goal and to and to have all the whole map to work with. So you can go at it in a number of different ways. You can improvise it any way you want. The only thing is you have to go to that place. I could have come from the other side, used the crowd, used like maybe some other gadgets that I'm going to get from the black market, like create some other explosion somewhere else, or blow up a car, or start an alarm system on the car, or there's a lot of different things that the player is going to be able to do, and we're going to teach him all these different tricks. And they're not the same tricks as an agent. They're the tricks of a fugitive. So this is what we're super excited about. This is coming out for Christmas this year, so it should be super cool. And yeah, if you have any questions. Well, basically that's the idea. The idea is that we have three different functions for anything. We have a stealthier button. We have a normal action, and we have an aggressive action. So for every object, whenever you think I'm going to do an aggressive action with this object, you're going to press like this red button. Or if you want to pick up the object and do a normal action, it's the A button. If you want to do a stealthy action, and it's the X button. So that's the whole idea, the whole concept behind like the three buttons. There's probably going to be some more buttons that we're going to add for some specific things along the way. But the idea is to really focus on these three buttons to make it easy.
Just a few, and then you add it all in as you actually get further into the task.
That's the idea. So I'm just gonna continue a little bit here, show you this little, this cafe in here is on the other side of the server room. So I'm gonna just go and break everything in that little cafe over there, and we're just gonna tear everything apart. It's gonna be fun. Something's not right. Whoa, where am I? Where am I? Anyways, as I was saying, it is an early build. So
spread out. Turn this place upside down. A bunch of feds are missing, and if they're dead, this would be the perfect place to stick them.
Where is he? In a bunker? What is it?
It's a bunker, and you can realize that, in the previous Splinter Cell, when you were detected such ways, that was roughly the end of the gameplay. Now it's the beginning, because you can fight, as you've seen. You can pick up any object and throw it and use it, as a weapon, which is very cool, actually. And this makes you improvise through the environment.
Whatever's around him.
There you go. So the controls are very simple. It's a sort of a sports game philosophy with a 3-button simple controls that you can improve through the gameplay. We're gonna move to the next scene where it introduces our for the first time the crowd. So as you can notice, Sam has changed a lot.
White male, approximately 6 feet tall, salt and pepper hair.
Sam is gonna wear a hoodie in order to hide properly in the crowd, because if the guards are recognizing his face, then they'll go after him. There you go. So what Daniel is trying to do, there's an important information Sam needs to find in the back house of the cafe, in the back office of the cafe, and in order to get there, he needs to avoid all the guards. Some of the classic stuff we've seen in the previous Splinter Cell, but with a brand new type of interactions. So, whoops! Here's the guard seems to have discovered, that
He saw his face.
Yeah, it's suspicious. So he's following Sam slowly, but Daniel is smart, and he brings him in a place where.
Wow! Well done, Daniel.
There you go. Well played. So it's been
very
unnoticed.
serious about this.
Yeah, well, this kind of action done through the crowd would have made everybody scream, and so the reaction would have been much
Right.
different. So it's smart to do it this way.
What are those statues?
Those are statues in a Washington park. This part of the game takes place in Washington.
Okay.
So Sam needs to move forward and go to the cafe, but there seems to be a guard, on the top left of the screen watching, this zone. So you need to create diversion. Diversion is key to this game. You need to, like here, Daniel has been stealing a cell phone, so now the crowd is reacting. The policeman is moving to investigate about what's happening, and the crowd is snitching Sam. So they're pointing, that is where's the guy who's been stealing the cell phone. And this is a great opportunity because Sam can now pass by the area he wanted to go and move forward in the action. So you can recognize that in terms of look of Sam. Sam is wearing very few things on him. He has a bag, so he can put a little bit of accessories and gadgets he will find in the black market. He's wearing his hoodie when he's trying to blend in crowds in such ways. So by moving forward, once again, we're trying to reach this vital information because Sam, he needs to prove his innocence. So by moving forward, and because because the cafe is full of guard, we're going to create a bigger diversion, and there are many ways of doing it. I don't know which one Daniel will pick up. Okay, so he decides to shoot on this, propane tank, making an explosion. So all the guards are running, through the area and react to what's going on. While now Sam can go in the back office of the cafe and get the information he needs. We were talking about dynamic environment, picking up objects. Now that's the kind of thing you can do with the game, is to move object and barricade yourself.
Who plays these games? Kids, young boys, adolescents, adults?
Well, it's mostly adults, I would say, in terms of genre. We've been spending a lot of time to manage this dynamic environment because in a first-person game it's easy to pick up things and throw it away, but in a third-person we spend 6 months matching the hands properly on the objects you're picking. So it was a huge challenge. So this is the rough overlay elements we wanted to show you today. We'll invite you tomorrow to come to the booth and have a
So everybody can play.
Well, no, it's not playable, but we're gonna play for you, and so you guys can see a little more of what we've shown today. You'll be in trouble, Daniel, now.
Ce qu'on s'apprêtait à voir, c'est le nouveau Splinter Cell Conviction, où ce que maintenant Sam est un fugitif. Il doit utiliser les moyens du bord, comme on dit. Donc, il doit utiliser, comme ici, en dessous du bureau, pour se dissimuler, se cacher. Là, je peux utiliser stratégie un petit peu plus stealth de l'étouffer, le policier ici. Mais là, vu que mon environnement est totalement interactif, je peux utiliser tous les moyens qui sont à ma disposition pour me défaire de mes ennemis, de ceux qui me pourchassent. Fait que là, ici, on va utiliser le bureau et les étagères. Si je me rends ici, je vais prendre des cubes. Et avec les cubes, je vais pouvoir les lancer. Et utiliser le container ici. Et voilà, tout le monde est inconscient. Voler un walkie-talkie pour suivre les conversations des policiers pour savoir quel est l'état de Sam Féchat en ce moment, s'il est très poursuivi ou peu poursuivi. Ce qui est vraiment plaisant, c'est d'avoir un environnement interactif où ce que tous les objets qui sont dans le jeu, je peux les prendre entre mes mains et faire ce que je veux avec, les utiliser comme armes ou les placer pour me faire des barricades pour réussir à atteindre mes objectifs sans être dérangé. Puis, ce qui est vraiment plaisant, c'est d'avoir un système de poignée, de handle, si on veut en anglais, où ce que Sam positionne ses mains sur un objet, peu importe dans la position dans laquelle il est. Fait, peu importe comment que l'objet se trouve à terre, Sam va le prendre, puis l'engin ne portera pas attention. Puis ça enlèvera pas de frame rate au jeu, ça diminuera pas la qualité de jeu. On a différents types d'animations aussi où ce que Sam, il peut courir, il est pourchassé, disons, par un policier. Il court, ramasse une chaise et l'utilise comme une arme, tout dans une seule animation. Fait comme ça lag jamais. Là, ici, on a différents types d'intelligence artificielle. Fait qu'il faut que je fasse attention. Comme si ici, je joins un groupe de femmes, d'hommes barbus, ça risque de pas trop... Là, ici, j'attire l'attention, justement. Comme, qu'est-ce que vous faites ici, monsieur? Vous n'êtes pas notre ami, là, s'il vous plaît. Veuillez continuer votre chemin. Là, j'ai le policier ici qui a eu un aperçu de mon visage, parce que présentement, je suis dans 2 tiers du jeu, dans l'histoire, où ce que Sam est hautement recherché. Puis là, j'attire le policier loin de la foule, parce que je veux pas que la foule me dénonce. Si, disons, je suis en train de battre un policier en plein milieu d'une foule, je risque de causer pas mal de me causer pas mal de troubles, plus que d'autres choses. Fait qu'ici, je vais m'attaquer au policier un peu à la retirée. Et voilà. Donc là, je vais pouvoir vaguer à mes occupations de façon plus calme et posée pour aller voir l'autre policier qui est ici, au loin, mais que lui ne semble pas vouloir patrouiller. Il va falloir que je me trouve une autre façon de créer une diversion puis de l'amener plus proche de moi pour que je puisse le contourner. Donc là, on est ici. Oups, désolé, monsieur, je suis dans votre chemin. Ici, on a des gens qui assistent à une de conférence. Fait que si j'arrive ici et je lui vole peut-être son téléphone ou le laptop, tout simplement, je vais prendre le laptop. Oh, là, le policier... Ouais, justement, les gens sont un petit peu en état de panique. Crient un peu parce que là, en ce moment, pourquoi, monsieur, vous avez volé notre laptop, tout ça? Le policier va voir ce qui se passe. Il n'est plus à sa position. Moi, je peux tout facilement, comme ça, passer plus proche du café et à mon objectif. Sauf que là, il faut que je fasse attention. Comme j'ai dit, vu qu'il y a plusieurs gens qui recherchent Sam, comme ici un policier, je trouve une façon de le contourner sans trop attirer son regard. Là, ici, on va le contourner. Oh, là, je pense qu'il va vouloir me suivre. Fait que là, je vais utiliser la foule un peu comme cachette. Je vais me fondre dans la foule, réussir à perdre son attention. Oh, on a un autre policier ici. Il va falloir que je me trouve une façon de créer une diversion pour que je puisse... Oh! Là, c'est un dispatch. Fait que là, je risque d'avoir des policiers qui s'en viennent à moi. Mais si je les attaque en arrière du café, je devrais pas trop avoir la foule dans mon chemin. Comme vous voyez, tous les objets sont interactifs. There you go. Là. Oh! Là, je vais me créer une diversion rapidement pour, en cas que les autres policiers arrivent. Attention, mesdames, ça va péter. Et je fais exploser le gaz de propane. Ça me crée une diversion. Là, je vais pouvoir accéder au café en arrière, dans le server room. Je rouvre la porte, sauf que là, pour pas que les autres policiers me dérangent, je vais me faire une barricade, renforcer ma barricade avec d'autres objets. Et voilà. Sauf qu'il faut que je fasse attention parce que tout dépendant des objets, il y a différents objets ont différents degrés de tolérance. Puis une imprimante, c'est pas très solide. Donc, il faut que je fasse attention. Parce que là, je vais me placer ici. Déliter mes dossiers. Comme ça, je serai pas retracé. Oh. Prendre la chaise, tasser du chemin. On va tout simplement passer au travers de la vitre. Là, c'est ce qui est vraiment plaisant, c'est d'avoir un environnement dynamique où ce que tout peut bouger, tout peut être renversé. Il faut que je fasse attention parce que le plus que je crée de panique puis que je peux faire bouger des objets, bien, je peux alerter les gens. Les gens finissent par alerter les policiers puis me rendre les choses plus difficiles. Mais il n'y a pas de mauvaise stratégie. Si je veux être agressif, je peux être agressif. Si ça me tente d'être passif, je peux être passif. Et voilà. Là, par exemple, les gens ne veulent pas approcher le café parce qu'il y a un fou furieux dans le café qui est en train de créer le bordel. Oh! Là, par exemple, j'ai peut-être des policiers Oh, justement, un policier ici. Et voilà. Allez, mon vieux. T'en veux un autre? Et voilà.
Previous games, on Chaos Theory and others, there was the game were either developed in Shanghai, in France for the multiplayer, or in Montreal. Now this time around, it's all done in Montreal, and it also allows us to work from the exact same engine and mechanics to make the multiplayer experience much more closely linked to the solo experience. So in terms of learning curve, the player, once he learns either the multiplayer or the solo, he'll be able to move forward easily with the same controls and the same mechanics. With Conviction, we wanted to change the core mechanics and make it a clear link and a clear support to the thematic we're now dealing with into the game, which is a fugitive. When you're a fugitive means that the reading of the environment is kind of similar to what the player has learned in the previous Splinter Cell, because he needs to look at things and detect what could be useful for him. So this relation with between the player and the environment is kind of similar to what we've done in the past, except that now, as a fugitive, you need to act much quicker. You need, there people are chasing for you. You need to react now and to use the environment more quickly. So somehow, previously, player needed to be a bit patient. He needed to stay in the dark and watch and make his own strategy. Now he needs to find new ways to hide as a fugitive in a daylight situation, and we've created a whole dynamic environment, so the player can pick anything in the environment, can move object, he can hide behind things, he can use the environment to move forward in his mission. And this is that was the key to us of a fugitive experience, being able to do anything you want in the environment and interact with mostly anything that is visible in the environment as a tool, as a weapon, or as a defensive object. That was very important to us, because then when comes the time to translate this tactical experience into quick actions, it's pure improvisation. In the previous Splinter Cell, because you were looking for lights and shadows, as safe zones for you to hide, you could interact with lights, but those safe zones were remaining kind of static, so you could predict where you could move and make your own tactics about navigation in the environment. Now we're moving that into what we call active stealth, because all those static points that we had in previous game are now moving. Just think about the crowd, which is a good example. If you can just following a little group of people and feel that you can blend into it and to avoid guards that are looking for you, it's one way to be in a safe zone that is moving, that is active. There's many other ways to hide in the environment. So we strongly feel that in terms of realism, this game is a progression, because it refers to environments that are to everyday environments, so public areas, civilian context. So and it's because these are more familiar with most of the gamer. I think people will learn to develop skills to read the environment more easily, and that will make a difference as well at the end.